Welcome guys. Welcome to Daily Crypto Trading. Today we're going to do a TA of Avalanche. Avalanche had an amazing run in this bull run all the way from $2 all the way up to $146. So 80x gains. That's actually insane profit. If you're one of the guys who held Avalanche, comment down below. However, since then, it also retraced a pullback with the Bitcoin correlation all the way to 85%. That's a lot. Now the question are we still going down, or do we have a chance to have bottom out? Well guys, let's analyze and dive into it. Let's start with taking a look at the weekly chart, guys. We can see in the long term, Avalanche have actually still done a great run. A lot of people who of course bought at the top got burned down a lot with 85% pullback, right? Most of the retail have already left. Now there's only the holders left and the ones who believe in crypto space, like you, who's sitting right there and watching this. Now the question are, of course, are we still going down, or do we have a momentum to the upside? Well guys, that depends on Bitcoin and the world economy. That is just to be frankly honest with you guys. If the world economy is bad, high inflation, recessions close, of course, the price action follows the world economy because Bitcoin is correlated with the financial sector. On a technical point of view, you can see we are below the 21, 30 and 50 SMAs, right? And we're not just below it, we are far below it. Normally when we are below the SMA so much, we need to retest it, right? However, we can see that the SMA are turning down something like this, right? Which means the SMA might do something like this, right? While the price stabilize and maybe consolidate, it would retest these kind of SMAs. Avalanche did find support at the 1618 FIB level, and of course we tried the other FIB level, which is 1236, which is now the resistance at this area. Remember guys, this is still the weekly chart, so this can take weeks before this unfold. So this is the long-term view we are looking at. It did hold, but however, if we break the 1618, guys, I'm sorry to say we are going to the next support line, which is around $13, and that is the 200% SMA. This also perfectly aligned with the VPVR, guys. We can see right now here there's a lot of activity, a lot of volatility right there at the red line at the 100% support, which is now the resistance. We can see before we can see any reversal, we have to test this level and go above this and hold it as support. If we don't do that, well, we will go further down, guys. We can also say right over here, this is my demand zone, which is the support zone in the 200% FIB level, not SMA of course, the FIB level 200%, which we can see it where the VPR are telling us there's a lot of support at that area because previous support was around this area, all right? So if we go lower down, we can see there's a huge support, right? We can see a lot of support right here. There's a lot of bias, a lot of liquidity in the market. And we can also see previous support right over here. This means if you do not go and test these resistance areas, right, or these supply zones, from here we might drop to this support area, which is the demand zone, all the way to this FIB level, which is the 200% FIB level, which is also aligned with the VPVR, which is a drop of 44%. This can happen if Bitcoin drops. Remember, these altcoins are heavily correlated with Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is heavily correlated with the stock tech or the SPY, which is the SPN 500. Sorry. If we go even further in the weeks ahead of us, a month ahead of us, and we are in this proper bear market, we can go all the way down to this area, which is the $4. So if you are a holder, of course, this is a nasty thought and so on. But remember, I'm just showing the chart, guys. For me, this is a great buying opportunity, right? I might short it if I see some kind of short setup. But for me, in the long term, buying this asset for me is a great way to gain more profit because I can DC my way down. Just remember, guys, these are probabilities, no guarantees. There's no guarantee in this kind of market. All right, so take it with a grain of salt. All right, also remember, these are not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own due diligence or you might get yourself wrecked. Now, if you've been following my channel for quite some while, you can spot something that most people cannot spot. And if you did, that bravo for you, because that is the bearish divergence right over here. We can see a pressure, a sell pressure, right? The IC are trying all the time to pressure the upside, but the bearish divergence is way too hard. There's way too many sellers compared to the buyers. There's way too much supply, way too little demand, and of course we see price go to the downside. Now, on a technical point of view, I do believe that we will have some bullish diversion, and what I mean by that is if the price go down to our demand zone either here or here, let's just say for argument's sake it goes down to around this area, $10 area, something like that, right? The price goes something like this, right? Boom, 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 boom. The RSI might go below the 30 to 20 or something like this, all right? Then we will actually have a bullish divergence, right? A big support. Now this is important, pay attention to this, all right? That usually means that we might say have this for weeks where we are oversold, right? This was also be my accumulation area, guys, these two spots. I know there's a lot of, in the long term, there's a lot of price difference, right? There's a 50% drop, 60% drop from here, but I will just DC my way down because I do believe this is a great product. However, I will never ever put all the money I have in this project. I will always put in the money I can afford to lose if anything goes wrong, because there's no guarantee in this market. If there was, a lot of us will already be rich. Remember that, guys. Let's look at the short term and break it down, guys. At the moment, we have a falling wedge in the daily chart. That is a bullish wedge, it is a bullish signal, a bullish formation for reversal to the upside. Within this bullish formation in the falling wedge, we actually have a descending channel, which is also a bullish momentum for asset. Now have in mind that these are heavily correlated with Bitcoin, all right? So if Bitcoin drop even further, these assets will follow Bitcoin's footstep and drop even worse, all right? However, if a Bitcoin just are shining at the moment, consolidating or going up, these assets will have money inflow in the short term. Price term in the short term will most likely be, let me just show you guys in a moment, be around this area. However, for this to happen, we need volume, guys. We are still not above the average volume in daily. We need the buyers to step in. Not to mention right now, there's a lot of resistance, guys. The 1618 is around $35. We could have some nice gains in the short term, but we have a lot of volatility. There's a lot of, let me just show you guys in a second, right over here. You guys see? Nope, that was a bad one. There we go. A lot of resistance right at this area, right? So a lot of resistance right here. We need to surpass that before we see any price action, because we can actually try to go over that resistance. But once we are over that resistance, this is the golden ratio, then we will just go down again into the deep abyss, because we do have way too much sellers, way too much supply, taking the price down. And also, guys, we need to go above the 21 SMA in the daily, 30 SMA, and of course the 100 and the 200. The 200 is not that important in the short term, because we most likely don't want to reach it unless something magical happen and Bitcoin does a U-turn, then the altcoin season will begin. I highly doubt that. That is not realistic, or there's not a high probability for that, however. So remember, just focus on these volatilities area at the moment, and the FIB level 16118 at $35 to $36. Another strong indicator, or bullish indicator we can look at is of course the bullish hidden divergence right over here, right? Because we are seeing at the moment we are oversold in the daily. Usually that means we have to have a bounce back, and we can see it is getting support, right? And in the price action we can actually see it going down, something like that. That is a hidden bullish divergence. Just take things with a grain of salt, guys, because if Bitcoin drops and say buy Felicia, I can assure you, well, I hate to say assure because I don't never give any guarantee, but usually 9 out of 10 times altcoins fall even worse. So keep an eye on Bitcoin's price action, keep an eye on the SPY, and see how the traditional finance are doing, because Bitcoin will follow its footstep. Now, of course, another indicator I use, if you follow my channel, you know what that is of course the Bitcoin dominance, altcoin dominance, Ethereum dominance, and the stablecoin dominance, USDT. Now we can see, I've been talking about this religiously. You guys, if you've been following my channel, you know what it's about. But we are breaking this resistance right over right here, all right? This is dominance it was before, so there's a lot of resistance right here. If we break this resistance, remember this is the weekly we are looking at, this will skyrocket and destroy the altcoin. It will obliviate some of the altcoins and remove them from existence, all right? Because they will not have any fund left to fund the project. However, project as Avalanche, without any guarantee or certainty, I do believe will survive a bear market, because they have a great fundamentals, they have a great team, the CEO are active, and I do believe they have money aside to fund the project and keep it going. According to this indicator, the altcoin season index, we are not in altcoin season, we're in a Bitcoin season, closer to a Bitcoin season, right? And I've been very keen with this indicator, and I've been also very keen on that we are not in altcoin season, because I remember altcoin season. I know a lot of channels have been screaming about our altcoin season, and I just didn't see it, because if we scroll down over here, we can see few altcoins doing well, right? But most of the altcoins are doing bad. In the altcoin season, every single asset, every single altcoin are doing good. Even the meme coins, I mean, the coins with a picture are doing good, right? People are just in furious state, and then we have an altcoin season. We do 100% every day, and we have never been in an altcoin season. In my opinion, there have been great performance for altcoins in this bull run, but we didn't do a proper altcoin season. And one last thing, guys, we always check the fear and greed index for Bitcoin. You guys can join my Discord server and also check it. It's all for free. We talk about crypto 24/7. There's giveaways. There's all kind of things going on. The link will be provided down below. We are in extreme fear at 17. Now that does just mean that the sentiment have done a U-turn, right? A lot of people who are new have no idea what's going on. They are now bearish in the crypto space. They maybe lost a lot of money. They never took profit. The sentiment in Twitter are changing. Overall, the sentiment are just making a U-turn, as I explained. Now, this is a great indicator because you guys look at the website or join my Discord to see this indicator, because it's telling us, oh, my kid is crying. I don't think he's fearful. I just think he's hungry. Just a moment. And I'm back, guys. The cry you heard was people in crypto space. They were losing all the money. This is the cry you hear when we are in fear, guys. When we are in greed, the sentiments are different, right? Everyone wants a Lambo. We're gonna get rich. Oh, the fear is not done. He's still crying, guys. I'll be back again. And I'm back again, guys. Sorry for that. Anyway, as I was explaining, we buy at fear, we sell at greed. Use this indicator, guys. It's a great tool to help yourself when you trade for the long term. Remember also, fear can bring the price even further down. So can greed. It can bring the price even further up. But just always DCA out or DCA in. If you're still here, I assume you enjoyed the TA of Avalanche. If you did, guys, in the left corner there's a recommended video. I recommend you to watch the next recommended video. And of course, guys, see you on the free Discord server.